Welcome back. We are with Mr. John N. Ng'ang'a and my name is Tony Waweru. We are in the Leaders Dialogue. I hope somebody is becoming a better leader as we move on in this discussion. Today we are discussing work ethics as a Christian professional, and today one of the things we talked about was how you need to work as a Christian in that workplace. The next question I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Ng'ang'a, is, as a Christian, being a professional, do I have anything I can do that can be called unethical? What are some of those things? Point out just a few that can be called unethical.
Several.
Yeah.
Number one, to behave outside your contract. I remember somebody, and if they are watching me, they'll understand that what they did was wrong. Somebody asked me, a book shop owner, knowing that I did a lot with young people. I said, you know, a young man who I can employ as a salesman to help me distribute books. I said, yes, I know. I called somebody from one of the business schools, and he's a Christian. Remember, these are people in the Christian Union. Mm-hmm. So I sent him to my friend. He was appointed a salesman. In other words, there's a bookshop, but his work is to move around schools and other areas looking for orders. So he was being paid a small basic salary, then commission for all the books that he sends. After a few months, my friend came back and said, hey, that young man, I'm feeling embarrassed about what I'm paying. Because what we had arranged for him to earn commissions, he's not earning. I'm feeling that I have a problem with what I'm paying him. I told him, but maybe you need to find out how you can advise him to increase his sales. Oh, the next time he called me, he told me, now I know what the problem is. This guy continues receiving the basic salary, goes for orders and supplies the orders without them passing through the business. So that's why he's not interested in the commission, because he gets the orders, then he goes to suppliers and supplies the schools and is not in the account of this organization. Can you imagine somebody doing that? A brother in the Lord, and the investor is also a brother in the Lord. I felt so embarrassed that I recommended him. I called him to my office after 5 o'clock, so because this was not an office matter. So I said, what is this I hear? You know, the young man told me, of course now he's over 40, so he was in his 20s then. He told me, brother, no, I don't see the problem. I have not stolen a single shilling from him. Ask your friend, did I ever steal anything? And I asked him, are you still receiving the basic salary? Yes. Is it true that you are actually supplying the orders direct without the going through? Yes, but that's not stealing. That's just being wise. I spend my time in the evening to show him that is breaking a contract. The reason why you are paid a basic salary is so that at least you pay your rent. Then the rest of the money you earn by selling. Now if you get an order and you supply it so that you get the full profit, how is this guy going to pay rent for the shop? How does he pay your basic salary either and he's getting nothing from you? I was unable to convince the boy that it's unethical. He did not even apologize to the man. He was let go and the man decided not to take him to court. Now you need to understand that we are having many people who are doing that. You are working in a contract, you are working behind your boss, and you are still thinking you are ethical. The first thing about work ethics is integrity. And what is integrity? Oneness. When we talk about, I've written a book on integrity, and I say, when we say you have integrity, you are one. Who you are to your boss is who you are to your wife, is who you are. You are the same person. You are not two people. So when we talk about integrity, it means you never tell a lie. What you say is what you mean. Number 2, it means you never get money you have not earned. Number 3, it means you cannot earn money behind your back. So, for example, if, like I work for an oil company for 30 years, at that period, I could never own a petrol station. Because you cannot own a petrol station in competition with the employer. Because if you start earning money that is reducing your employer's money, how will you at the same time expecting to be paid? You can begin a bookshop or begin something else, but you cannot begin in the same area. That is totally unethical. The other thing that is not ethical is overpricing. In other words, you have agreed with your boss how you are going to price, then you charge a little more so that the extra money come to you as an employee or whoever. That is unethical. Why? If you increase the price to a certain level, it reduces sales because demand and supply are regulated by pricing. So if you increase, if I'm charging for a pen 30 shillings, then you decide to make it 35, people will find 35 too expensive and go elsewhere. So my sales will go low. And yet you are getting the extra 5 shillings, so you're happy. So how can I be the employer, pay you a salary, and you are doing what is going to cause my business to have trouble? So that is unethical. It's the same thing with tendering, where you tender and you go to someone and he tenders in the open tender, you tender a certain amount of money, but you increase the money to tender so that when finally the tender is given to you, you can give the procurement manager the extra money. What are you doing? Lying. Because the business is going to pay. The procurement manager is not the owner of the business. He's just an employee. The business will pay you an extra 1 million shillings, and after it pays you, it will not even go to you. You are not the one who owns it. It will be given to somebody else. You should never be involved in something like that. Or another one. You have taken what the president called the women's cut or the youth cut. So you and your youth goes to apply for a tender. But really, you are standing in for an old man of my age. So you get the tender. You are given a commission by the management, and then you feel you are okay. Remember, the original intention was so that young people can actually get involved in business. Now you are standing in to lie that a young person is involved, but it's not an old man who is involved. All that is what I'm calling being unethical, and you cannot enter into it. But you see, ethics is wider than that. Your relationship with workers, your subordinates, do you treat them with dignity? If you don't treat them with dignity, obviously it is unethical. You have emphasized the treatment of the boss and working behind his back to steal from him. But it's even lack of respecting him. Because the Bible requires give respect to whom respect. You are not an ethical person. Dealing with clients, selling value. You know, for example, I used to have sold many cars. After using, I sell it. If you sell a car pretending it is good, but the truth is it has a lot of problems, and you don't let the other person know, so they buy it at a very high price on assumption it's a good car, you are being unethical. I've always argued, even if I tell you the truth about my car, I can still demand a higher figure. And I've been able to sell my cars despite being honest with it. So we are saying you must give value. In other words, what the money you get, someone must get value for it. You cannot say you are ethical when you are calling people. You tell them this part is equal to 1,000 shillings, but you know it is weak. It should not go for more than 500 shillings. The extra 500 shillings is theft because you are not buying value. Of course, I know it's a tricky issue in the sense that pricing depends both on the costs but also on what the customers are willing to pay. And that becomes complicated to agree what the customers are willing to pay. But there can be a going rate which if you sell beyond it, you are actually being unethical.
Wow. Does contentment have a relationship with integrity?
The two are very related. Contented people are never unethical. Because what they have They are so grateful to God and they are living happily within it. So they don't have a temptation. Because they feel that God who has brought me this far will get me to the next. So once that is your concept, whenever you are tempted to do tricks to get money under hand, how will the temptation come? Because you are so happy with God, you do not want to displease him. So contentment, and I've written a book I call Secret of Contentment, is really the solution to all corruption in our country. Mm-hmm. But that's what we need to teach. How can you be contented? And it's important, as my book tries to show, it's important to understand you can be contented because you are working with God. Remember earlier we talked about work as a stewardship thing? Mm-hmm. When you understand that, then you understand even the income you are getting are a gift from God. And you see, if this is what God has given you currently, you are happy to live within it. Then you wait. You are working hard because you are working to please him. And as he opens more doors, you are willing to go into those doors and your income will keep rising. But you will not wait to get contented when the income is higher. Mm-hmm. You will be contented even when your income is low. I call it living in one compartment at a time. When you're in this compartment, enjoy it. That does not stop you enjoying the next one. So if all you can afford is a bed sitter. You know what a bed sitter is? A house with everything is visible. You can see where the kitchen is, where the bed is. Yeah. Now, if you know what a bed sitter is, you can be keeping, I can only afford a bed sitter. Enjoy it. There are people without a bed sitter. And if you live a content life in bed sitter, that will not stop you going to a one-bedroom house. That will not stop you going to a two-bedroom house. So if you have that concept, the pressure to be an ethical will go down and will be an ethical worker.
Even as we conclude, I want you to clarify what is the difference between being ambitious and being contented.
You see, an ambitious person is a person who tries his best to realize his full potential. In other words, God gave me the capacity. I'm operating below it. So I'm working hard to operate at the highest potential. That's ambition. You can be contented as you do so. Because you are saying, I am happy where God has put me, but I know I can go higher. So you are contented where I am, but you are ambitious to go higher. So you keep going. Ambition does not mean you don't enjoy where you are. It means you look to being contented all along the way.
Wow. Asante sana. Our time is up, but we are grateful that you have found time to watch this program. This is the Leaders Dialogue. My name is Tony Waweru, and that was an interesting topic there, an interesting discussion there with Mr. Nganga. He has been with us for a long time now, and I know that you are getting the nuggets of wisdom from him, even as we discuss this topic of ethics as a Christian professional. Till next time, bye-bye.
We are the new generation. We are the youth of the nation. High in the sky. We are the new generation. Leader.